You are joining a live policeabuse.com test of a police department. We are testing to determine if officers are following policies concerning citizen complaints. The officers should provide a complaint form and information about the complaint process without interference. Because this test is live streaming, there may be breakups in the signal once the tester enters the police facility.
Y'all let me know when y'all ready.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm watching.
All right, getting up, going in.
Instead of saying, give me a complaint form, say, can you tell me what the procedure
What
is or
now?
what the, instead of asking them directly for a complaint form, don't lead them. Let them tell you. So what you say is, can you tell me what the process is for filing a complaint? If I wanted to file one,
Okay.
they say, well, what is the complaint? I don't really want to get into it right now. I just want to know what the procedure is. And so, and then let them say, we have a complaint form, we don't have a complaint form, but don't you bring the complaint form up. Let them bring it up. You understand? Okay, and everything's frozen right now, so maybe you should just wait a second so you can hear me. Your network is restored. We can see everything now live, looks like.
All right.
Is there anyone at that desk right now, or did they walk away?
They're going to get a sergeant.
Okay, they're getting the sergeant. Got it, got it, got it.
Um, she was trying to demand me for my ID, but I told her I don't think it's necessary. And that's where I left it.
Okay. Okay, when he comes out, you want to make sure you ask him what the procedure is. Don't say, I want a complaint form. I just want to know what the procedure is if I wanted to file a complaint, and what are my options. And then if he, whatever he tells you, then ask him, is it a requirement that you provide ID to get a complaint form? Is that required? And just for future reference, you don't want to tell them what your experience is or what you know. You just leave it open for them to tell you what they say it is, because that's what we're trying to document. Okay?
Okay. Here comes the sergeant. Sergeant coming out.
Okay.
What are the procedures you said? And what's the process?
Yeah, what's the process and what are the procedures? And then let him tell you, we have a complaint form you have to fill out, and then X, Y, and Z is going to happen. And if he says, I want to talk to you first, to tell him I'd rather not get into it. I just want to know what the process is.
Okay. Hey, let's see. If I'm going to go ahead and complain on an officer.
But it depends on what kind of complaint it is, and if it's gonna be if you just need to bring it to a supervisor's attention and, let him deal with the officer, or if you wanna put it on paper, sign it and go down and swear to it and open up an investigation. That's really about that's really only two complaints that's in our department, and that's kind of the standard across the board of all departments normally. So, you got, informal, which would be, like I said, informal would be, you come to me, say, hey, I had this problem with an officer, or this was going on, that was going on, whatever. Address your complaint, and
I'd rather come back
I'll find out
later
what
and take the form with me.
and then, we'll sit down one
Do I
on
need
one.
to show ID to get the
We'll
form?
talk, find out what was going on, get his side of the story. I would document it on paper, showing, on this date, whatever time, this person walked in, we want to make a complaint on the officer, and then it will be documented. So that would be kind of informal.
Okay.
A formal complaint would be, you come in, you sit down, you fill out a statement form, of the complaint, And so it's basically, it's almost kind of like an affidavit. You know, if you want to bring charges against somebody, and that's not what this is. Okay, I'm just using this for an example to try to give you an idea how a formal complaint would work. So, you know, you would, like, if somebody had a complaint they was wanting to file on somebody else, you know, you had a case number, you would go down to the magistrate, you would sit down, you'd fill out a statement form. You'd fill out a statement form to get the officer to go with your case. You're basically saying everything, this is true and correct, because at that point in time, it is a legal form, okay?
Yes.
So if there's any wrongdoing on either sides, that will be brought to attention. So if there's any discrepancy or any untruthfulness, then it will be a legal form, and then, you know, the person will be responsible for filing a false report.
Okay.
So that would be a formal side of it. So, you know, we'd sit down, we'd have to open up investigation, everything like that. So you have the informal and then a formal. So that would be the two steps you would go about. Now, depending on what kind of complaints you got, you know, it would be up to you if you want to go formal or informal. That's up to you. I mean, it's.
I'd like to go home and think about it.
Right now, between me and you, it's confidential between me and you. You don't go behind them doors unless I have to take it to my lieutenant. Okay.
Okay.
And then the lieutenant will take it up to the chief.
Is a ID required for me to get a complaint form? And that's what I want to know, because I just asked her for a complaint form and she said, "Oh, well, can I have your ID?" And I just want to know, is an ID required for me to request for these forms?
That is our standard. Anytime we come in contact with anybody out here on the streets and here, we have to run them for different reasons. Okay. If this is something that's going to go back behind here, you know, we have to know, because
he is breaking the law. Let him keep going.
We have to know who we're dealing with. Okay.
Just tell him I'd rather not file it if I have to give my ID.
But yes, that's just kind of standard. And the reason we do it from point A all the way to point Z, it's equal.
Okay.
And
well,
we can't say that on this situation.
I'd like to get the form, but that's okay. If I have to show my ID, I don't want to do that. I'd rather leave.
Because what that does, that creates unfairness. So we're right there in the middle. So
could I get a form then? And will I have to show my ID just getting the form?
I wouldn't need to see your ID, but
I don't have my ID on me.
Okay. But
just
we'll
tell him no,
so,
and tell him that's okay. I'll leave.
Complaint, you need a complaint form. So kind of give me an idea what I'm looking at. So
I'd rather just get the form and take care of this at home, and just take care of writing it on paperwork, and I'd rather just do it that way. Okay. But I just wanted to know the process and the procedures of the steps taken down of what.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: where did this complaint or this?
I don't want to get into it.
I don't want to get into it.
Okay. Well, I need to know. You don't have to go into details. I just need to know if it's here, if it's inside of our city limits, because just because it says Spanish Fort.
I want to make sure I'm clear about all the facts, so I don't get into any situations.
So what I'm trying to get at, I can't do anything to help you unless I know it happened in our city.
Well, I want to make sure I have all the facts before I get into that situation. So I want to make sure I'm clear on all the facts, and before I go ahead and give you any information on that. But I do want to get a form.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can put my hands on one. I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, just between you and I, he's way out of line. And no matter what he gives you, just leave. Just get the form after he gives it to you and leave. And don't give him any ID. He may even come outside and like try to follow you or do something else, because he's way over the line right now.
Yes, sir.
So my lieutenant, and here's what you need to do: go on to cityspanishfort.com, and at the tab on the top, it'll say like city government and library, city council, police department, stuff like that. So you'll see the little tab right there at the top. Okay, at that tab, go to the police department. It'll bring up the police department's website in there. There will be several email addresses on there, including the chief of police, and that is how you need to go and get the complaint to us. Okay, so if you want to do it by email,
yes,
the city's website. That way they're legit across the board, no matter what.
Okay.
Okay. And send it through, and then as soon as you do that, then it'll be handed down to where it needs to be. If you want to take care of it by Microsoft Word, or if you want to handwrite it, whatever, look on there, get the city's mailing address. It's on there as well. Put that in an envelope, and you can mail it, or you can drop it off in here to myself or my lieutenant in a sealed envelope, and then we will take care of it from there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
I appreciate
thank
it.
you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yes,
you very
sir.
much.
All right. Thank you.
You as well.